Ashley, you produced an important story for 60 Minutes this week, AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. A central element in your story is the ballistics demonstrations.
Yes. Yeah.
And we see this amazing slow motion footage comparing rounds from a 9mm handgun and an AR-15.
See the difference?
Yes.
So we learn in your story that the AR-15 style weapon is the most popular rifle in America.
The AR-15 in America?
AR-15, the most popular rifle in America.
It's a fun gun to shoot.
Gun store owners say buyers also like it because it's the civilian version of the fearsome M16 used by the U.S. military.
The AR-15s were first tested in Vietnam. The government viewed them as fast, deadly weapons. In one combat encounter, a ranger fired, hitting a VC with 3 rounds. 1 round in the head took it completely off. Another in the right arm took it completely off, too.
I like to see my score.
Haney's a 62-year-old grandmother from Tallahassee, Florida. Easy to use?
It's easy. It's easy.
But the AR-15 is no ordinary gun.
I wanted to be my children's first responder. I wanted to protect them.
I like to hear the ping, ping, ping.
The AR-15. Chip Reed is in Washington. Chip, good morning.
Any law-abiding citizen would want or need a powerful military-style gun like the AR-15. AR-15s have been all but flying off the shelves.
I normally sell about 15 or 20 a month. I've sold about 30 in the last 3 days because people want to make sure they can own them legally before they have that right taken away.
And it's not just men. Many women like the AR-15 too.
I love the AR. The way it shoots, it just glides so smooth.
Through it all, the gun's popularity has continued to soar.
My favorite gun is an AR-15 because you can be so accurate with it.
It's America's most popular rifle, used legally and safely by millions of people. Why is this weapon so popular?
There's a massive spring here in the stock that absorbs quite a bit of the recoil. There's also, by design, a gas system that takes a lot of the gas from the firing of each bullet and it evaporates it so that when each bullet is fired, that gas and that recoil isn't coming back in the shoulder each time, but it's exiting the rifle in a more constructive manner.
Since the muzzle doesn't rise up much, it doesn't take a lot of effort to bring it back down, acquire a proper sight line, and to fire again.
The ammunition for the M16 or the AR-15 is a 5.56 millimeter bullet. The tip here is the bullet. It's roughly the size of your pinky tip, but it's propelled forward by a massive cartridge of powder that shoots this at a very high velocity, creating a bullet that can punch through targets, whether they're human or otherwise, with a great deal of lethality and power.
The weapon can be used not only for hunting, but for sport shooting and self-defense.
One thing is clear, the gun business appears stronger than ever.
We sent a CBS News producer into a gun store in Alexandria, just outside of Washington, D.C.
I would like to buy an AR-15.
Per Virginia law, she provided 2 items to prove state residency, a driver's license and a voter ID card, as well as her passport to prove U.S. citizenship. She filled out these federal and state forms requiring her name, date of birth, social security number, and a few basic questions about any past criminal activity or current restraining orders. And she passed a brief electronic background check.
Did this all go through?
It did.
Okay.
You've been approved.
All told, it took 38 minutes and $1,030 for her to walk out of the store legally armed with this rifle.
And today, I'm going to shoot my new AR for the first time. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful?
Virginia is one of 41 states with no waiting period beyond the background check. 4 states and Washington, D.C. impose a waiting period on all firearms, ranging from 10 days in California and D.C. to 24 hours for long guns in Illinois. Larry Pratt from Gun Owners of America wants fewer laws restricting gun ownership.
We need to make it so that the good guys are able to act immediately when a bad guy strikes. To have to call the police and to wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, is to wait to die.
What you see here may look extreme, but it captures the anxieties of the current moment about faith and the right to bear arms.
us, what our pastor is teaching right now, we call the rod of iron, which is the teaching of self-defense. We as good, people, we strongly believe in the Second Amendment. People have the right to bear arms, and in God's kingdom, you have to protect that. So showing the rod of iron, which represents, for our church, is the AR-15. And it represents that you can protect against evil with that rod of iron, in a sense.
It's a weapon of defense to keep the peace. Amen.